then Illinois, and Illinois went on the road at Washington. I don't understand why we keep pretending, especially the AP, why they keep pretending that Illinois is a top 25 team. Now, I'm not completely against them because they have lost to good teams, but you look at who they lost to. They lost to Ohio State in their own building, and Ohio State dominated. Ohio State could have won by a lot more, but it's just like, you know, they did what they had to. It's nothing crazy. And then Indiana just absolutely disheveled them. I think that's going to haunt them, the 53-point loss, but it's just like them beating USC the very next week was honestly, that really surprised me. And then you see USC is ranked now. That's really the only thing saying, yeah, Illinois isn't terrible, but the Purdue one we saw, and then the Ohio State loss, not great, obviously. But Washington. Here's my question, Jack. Illinois was ranked ninth, and then they lost, and then they fell all the way down. But then they rose back up to like 17 or something, and then they fell down to 23. Like the AP loves to rank them for some reason, like continuously. Why don't they give Washington that same treatment? Why is Washington never ranked despite even like having a win like this over Illinois, and they're still not ranked, Jack? I mean, I don't understand it, Jack. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. We've talked about this a lot this season. They still
Mm-hmm.
have not been in there all year. It's so weird. They should have been in there before the Ohio State game when they were undefeated, and Damon Williams was
Mm-hmm.
playing like an absolute animal. He really is one of the best QBs in the country right now. Still, more people need to give him praise because this Illinois win was so huge. But even after that Rutgers win, they should have been ranked, and then that Michigan loss, that was not a great loss, but Michigan, obviously, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to come back. I mean, that loss to USC was so massive, and then coming back home, Sharon Moore is going to take every advantage he can
Mm-hmm.
get, and so that makes sense. But very big bounce back win for Washington, and this just really
Mm-hmm.
shows they really are such. That is such a tough place to play. I mean, even Ohio State early
Right.
on in that game was struggling there. Like, and if a couple more things go
Right.
their way, that could be even closer. It could maybe make the difference. It's such a tough place to play in Washington, and they just deserve their flowers, but they don't get any. I don't know if it's moving to the Big Ten. Maybe that's the reason why they don't get much props.
Yeah. They just forgot about them. Yeah.
It's like I don't get it because they destroyed Illinois. This was not close. Early on in the game, it was closer, and Illinois had that touchdown, which they shouldn't have even gotten. It was such a garbage call. The guy, it
Mm-hmm.
was in the end zone, and it was after the ball even touched the ground. It was a late call, and the guy didn't even touch him. And it was just such a dumb call. It didn't make any sense. Yeah, that was such a dumb call, and that was just so
Mm-hmm.
stupid. And Illinois has been getting so many breaks that Washington just have not gotten. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I know Illinois, they had a great season last year with a lot of returning talent, and that's really what really puts Illinois over teams like this. But
Right.
it really is factors in, like we mentioned earlier, like these preseason rankings that they just do not want to get out of their head. And they don't want to say that, oh, like we were wrong. Maybe we were wrong about Illinois. Maybe they're not a top 10 team. They're like, we'll put them
Right.
at 23. We'll put 'em at 23. Like Texas, we'll put them at number 20. They're still up there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is
Right.
really just, it's disgusting. It just is. Washington
Mm-hmm.
destroyed the number 23 team. The AP poll said that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just insane that they were that high. Like, I agree that USC win was very impressive,
Mm-hmm.
but they just don't have any more to their resume, really. And not playing close at all with their opponents, like we said with Texas, that 53-point
Mm-hmm.
loss really is just it's just one of the worst things
Right.
ever. You can't have that in your resume and be a top 20 team. You just can't. Like you
Mm-mm.
put them over
Yeah.
teams like Iowa or even Nebraska or even Minnesota, like last week when they were ranked, but it's or Northwestern even. Like that's just it just sucks.
Right.
Washington is you could even argue is a top 20 team. They're that good, and their losses are really good too. Lose to the number one
Mm-hmm.
team in the country, as close as like Texas was. I know it doesn't show it on the scoreboard, but that was closer. This
Right.
this is a great
Yeah.
team. And Damon Williams is one of the best QBs in the country. They really run the ball well, and they just play really good at home. They had that streak before they played Ohio State. It was like 30 games straight, spanning over multiple
Mm-hmm.
years.
Something like that.
They just know how to
Mm-hmm.
win at home. They just do. And they still have a shot in the Big Ten. There's a lot of Big Ten teams that are just on the cusp of that fourth slot. Like teams like Michigan, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
You could say Nebraska's maybe there, and but it's really heating up. And I think they just deserve their flowers. They just deserve to put in there. And like so many other teams had votes above them. I know, like
Mm-hmm.
Navy had, well, Navy makes more sense. But teams like USF and Tulane, they had votes above them. It just sucks because I don't know if you just Washington just they deserve more press and they just don't get a lot of coverage
Mm-hmm.
up there. So
Right.
it's yeah, just hope they get some more in the future. But it's just it deserves to be talked about at least. Just,
Right.
yeah.
Right. And I mean, they're certainly not getting enough credit, and they just dominated a team that the AP said was number 23, and they did pretty good against a team that was number 1, far better than this team that they still had ranked multiple times after getting dominated by your number 2. So if you're saying that team's better, wouldn't it be better if that team was closer than a team that got blown out by the team that you're saying that was worse? I'm kind of rambling, but it's just like the consistency really isn't there from the rankings. And I think just like, when are we going to see love for Washington? Why are teams like Illinois constantly getting the benefit of the doubt?